everybody, BigStew here. Another shout out video for the graduates. I know a lot of folks are wishing they would have a normal graduation and prom and things like that. With the way things are going, normal is pretty much out the window. But today's video shout out goes out to the class of 2020 at Caney Creek High School. Congratulations. I'm very proud of y'all. I taught a bunch of y'all, and just knowing that you've made it to this point and you're almost there, ready to go to the next stage of your life, way to go, y'all. Good job. All right. So, we're still talking about Newton's second law, where force equals mass times acceleration. Just like with any equation problem, though, sometimes the equation doesn't set itself up exactly as it should. For example, it may be that we already know the force amount, and maybe we know the mass amount, but we don't know what the acceleration is. Well, how do you find that? Well, you have to switch the formula up. The original formula has you multiply mass times acceleration. In this instance, though, let's say that we know the force for the problem and we know the mass, but we don't know the acceleration. We have to switch it up and make it be a division problem where force divided by mass equals acceleration. Now, I can see it on some of your faces. Some of you, as soon as you see the idea of having to, where'd my marker go? Okay, had to find my marker there for a minute. As soon as you see the idea of having to divide, your brain cells just get all scrambled because you think, well, I learned it this one way, and now you're making it change. You've got to throw things around, and now I don't get it. Let's try and use an example that hopefully might be a little easy to work with. Okay? Let's say that for graduation, you use a force of 30 newtons to throw your mortar board, your graduation cap, in the air. And that graduation cap, your mortar board, has a mass of 0.5 kilograms. Well, you divide it out. And remember, for those of you who might be using a calculator, remember, type in the 30, push the divide button, type in 0.5, and then hit equals. It's the same thing if you're using the calculator on the computer keyboard, okay? Most folks, when they use the calculator, it's not that they don't understand how to do the problem, it's that you type it in wrong. So make sure you type it in correctly. So 30 divided by 0.5 gives us an acceleration of 60 meters per second squared. That's actually extremely fast. If you threw your mortar board in the air that fast, wow, that would be impressive. That would be a graduation I'd like to go to because I want to film that. All right. But it's just a matter of doing the division for the problem. Whoop, I just hit myself in the head with my board here. All right. You can also do the same thing if you have the force and the acceleration, but you don't have the mass. Okay? Let's say that you're getting ready to write thank you notes for all the gifts you received for graduation. Hopefully everybody's showing y'all some love right now. So you had to use a force of No, I like the number 30 today. 30 newtons, and you had an acceleration of half a meter per second squared to load everything into the family car to take those home. It's the same type thing. You're dividing. So 30 divided by 0.5 would give you a mass of 60 kilograms. You got a lot of stuff. Either that or somebody gave you laundry detergent for when you go off to college and you can wash your underwear, because mama's not going to be there to do it for you. Keep that in mind. All right. It's just a matter of applying the formula to solve for what the missing number is. If it's the regular formula, you're solving for force. If you're missing mass, scoot the mass over. Excuse me. If you're missing acceleration, scoot the mass over here and force divided by mass. If you've got force and mass, but force and acceleration, but you need the mass, scoot the acceleration over and divide force divided by acceleration, and that'll tell you what the mass is. All right. Hopefully, trying to figure out the mass doesn't mess up your brain with all the math. Remember, you can use a calculator. It's okay. One thing I would encourage that you do, use your units. Put your units out to the side, because if you don't put the units and you can be able to tell that this is referring to mass and this is referring to acceleration and this is referring to force, it's easy to get your numbers confused and plug those into the wrong space. And if you do that, that could throw the whole problem off. All right. That's one thing that frustrates people when they get to a math problem, is all of a sudden nothing seems to come out right, and they just want to say, forget it, I hate math, I don't want to do this, I'd rather just go, learn about history and who killed somebody where, when, because of this. I understand that. Make it easy on yourself and put your units. All right. Remember, force is measured in newtons. And if it wasn't for this guy right here, Sir Isaac Newton, we wouldn't be doing any of this right now anyway. All right. Have a good one. See you later.